right, so once the hood's up, you need to take out all these little push clips. You can see them, they look like this. There's 13 of them total, and you do that by lifting up on the center and drawing out the piece. Now that those are out, let's just lift this up. So now we're going to remove the bolts that hold the grill on here. There's 8 of them, and they're 10mm head. So now we're just going to grab the grill, give it a little wiggle. There we go. If you look down inside here at this point, you can see these little clips right there. All you do is just kind of push right like that, and then that's going to unlatch it. So just go down the line, start from one side, and then make your way down. There we go. Got our last one, and there's our grill. Okay, so if you notice when you take the grill off, you hear a little metal sound falling down. It's probably just one of these, and that piece just goes right on here, and that's what holds the grill on. It's very common for these to fall off. So we're going to remove our 10mm headed bolts right in here. Next, we're going to remove these bolts right here using a T27. One right up here. Moving along to right over here, we're going to use a 5.5mm socket. Next, we're going to remove this. Switch over to some of these pliers. At this point, you should be able to grab this, slide it out of your way. Let's remove this one right here. Okay, so if you pull this down right here, you can see there's a little 10mm headed bolt right there. Remove that. Let's grasp our headlamp assembly. Just give it a little tug. You want to pull free. Just be careful because it's still wired in. Just grab this right here. Carefully remove your bulb. This one. Remove the headlamp assembly. All right, let's get this back together. Now we're just going to line this up. Just keep in mind you got this little piton right there, and it goes into the hole right there. Just going to make sure we have that little piton lined up with its hole. And that should going to slide right in. Let's get our bolts started back in here. Let's snug them all up. So let's test the headlights. Beautiful. Well, if you look at the back side of the grill, you're going to see these little orange clips. Those are going to go into these areas that look like this. They're just little slots, and they line up with all the rest of them. So let's just get this up on here. Try to line up everything as much as possible. These bolts in here. I'm just going to grab the grill, squeeze it in like that, and tighten these up. Let's get this back on here. Try to make sure it's sitting. Little push clips. Start with the outside, then you push in the center. This is going to be a general tutorial on how to aim your brand new TRQ headlamp assemblies. Okay, so looking at your brand new TRQ headlamp assembly, you're going to see where your low beam is, and you'll see a little dot right in the center. And that is the axis point, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to mark that with an erasable marker, just so it's easier to see. Next, what we need to do is measure from the level ground up to this point and take note of that measurement. Now we're just going to pull the car up to our wall. On our vehicle, we remember that the measurement was 28 inches for our access point. Your vehicle may be different, but that's where I'm going to put this tape, just above that 28 inches. We'll do the same on the other side. Okay, so let's just back the vehicle up, straight back 25 feet from the wall. And now that we moved our vehicle 25 feet back from the wall, we're going to start with our measurement here. That's where the headlamp center is. We're going to go down 4 inches on the driver's side. On the passenger side, we have our line here. What we need to do is go down 2 inches. To adjust the driver's side, we're going to cover our passenger side headlamp. If you look at the back side of your headlamp assembly, you're going to see something that looks like this. This is the adjustment. Some of these headlight assemblies have 1, 2, or even more of them, but you should at least have 1. This is how we're going to adjust the headlight beam. Now we're going to lower the top part of the beam down to just below this line. When you turn the adjustment to the right, it brings the beam up, and if you turn it to the left, it'll bring the headlight beam down. And this is this way on most vehicles. Let's continue on to doing the passenger side. All right, we properly aligned our TRQ headlamp assemblies. Okay, and on the quality TRQ headlamps for a pickup truck, the procedure is going to be the same. You're going to find your center dot, mark it, and then you'll measure from the level ground up to your dot. So once your headlamps are properly adjusted, it'll be time to adjust your fog lamps. You'll notice on the driver's side, the focal point is all the way at the bottom right now. I would like to bring it up so it meets up with approximately the bottom of the focal point of the headlight. Some fog lamps have an adjuster, others don't. The ones that do have an adjuster, you would just turn the adjustment to the left or to the right to adjust the beam up and down to where it needs to be. Now with your TRQ headlamps and fog lamps properly aligned, you can drive down the road safely.